everyone, this is Jen from Books, Bargains, Blessings, and I'm here with the What Sold in April video. I am sorry that I didn't get March out. It's been a busy 2 weeks. I've been working with a church group that comes into my town. Our town is 60% poverty, and the church group helps, repair homes when the owners are not able to do it themselves, be it financial, physical, or whatever. So anyway, straight into the video. This is a 1999 McDonald's Everyday Values pinback button name badge. It is a write-on name badge, so that's why you don't see a name on it. And I found 3 of these for 10 cents each at a thrift store quite some time ago, and it sold for $8.99. I still have 2 available, so if you're in need of one of these, come see me. This I found in the garage. I believe it was something that I owned when I was a child. It is a Walt Disney Goofy's Child Wallet. It did have a little bit of a condition problems, but overall it was in very good shape. I think it's kind of scary at this point. I'm sure I thought it was cute when I was a child, and I sold it for $25. If I can find them cheap enough, I always pick up yearbooks. High school does better than any other yearbook, but I'll still pick up college yearbooks if it's, $1 or $2 or less. I will go higher on high school yearbooks, but there is a market for yearbooks, although I've had some. I bought a whole stack of Auburn yearbooks, so if you're looking for an Auburn yearbook, I have some. Several years ago, I paid, I think it was 50 cents each for them. They are still sitting on eBay, but there is a market for yearbooks. The right buyer has to come along. It may take a while, but in my opinion, they usually sell. This I picked up, I believe it was $1 at a thrift shop. It's a Moody Bible Institute yearbook from 1968. Moody Bible Institute is a Bible college out in Chicago, and I sold it for $30. You've seen these on my sold videos before, but this is the last time you're going to see it because I sold my last You Are Here Budapest mug that I bought when I was in Budapest. I had won a round-trip business class ticket on Turkish Airlines to pretty much anywhere in the world that I could fly out of from my local Turkish Airlines airport. And I absolutely love Hungry. I have been a huge fan of Hungry since I was probably about 12 years old and had a pen pal there. And it was always, if I could go anywhere in the world, I wanted to go to Hungry. So I had been there before, but my husband had not. And I felt comfortable, navigating on my own through Budapest, and so it was his first overseas trip. But anyway, we did have to pay for his airline ticket, which he flew coach. I flew business class, which everybody finds hilarious. But we bought enough Starbucks mugs while we were there that we have eventually sold them and have paid for our whole trip. Because I just won the airline ticket. But I do have the Icon Series Budapest, Hungry mug, I'm sorry. So if you're looking for an Icon Series, Country of Hungry mug, come see me. I took a best offer on this for $50. It's a huge genealogy book from 1970. It covers the years from 1776 to 1850. It's a family history book, and I also put the first name, or Ellis Hughes, in the title. This was obviously in bad condition. You can see here, it's not in great condition. However, I have found in selling books, condition is not as important if it's rare content. I have sold books in horrible condition for over $100 because of content. I picked this up at a book sale for 50 cents and sold it for $50. Family history books tend to do very well. It does take me longer to list them because I'll go into the index and I will type every single surname. And I also offer to do lookups to make sure that the person is getting the book that they need, because I price my family history books so high usually that unless a person is absolutely sure it's their family, all of that, they're not going to want to pay my prices. But I sold this for $50. This is from that big batch of crafting items that I bought off of Craigslist back in December. This is a Christmas craft kit, drums to embroider, the smock to ornaments. You can, this right here, the way that it looks, that's called smocking. As I mentioned in my last video, my grandmother who passed away recently, she did every craft you've ever heard of, and probably about 3 dozen you haven't. And so I can tell the difference between lace that is crocheted, tatted, and made with bobbins. So I can tell at a glance what this kind of stuff is. And that's extremely helpful in selling on eBay. But I sold this for $10, and I paid $65 for an entire haul, so that's not too bad. It's the season for Christmas right now, because when you're crafting, you need lots of time to get your crafts done. I am actually starting on crafts for the family reunion next year that happens every 2 years, and they have an auction to help raise money to offset some of the costs. This is, I picked up for $1. It's 4 patterns. It's from England. Cross-stitch patterns from England typically do a bit better. This is, I had also bought ones that I sold at, I believe it was $10 each, that were just the single patterns out of this. But this was all 4 of them, and I sold it for $20, and I'm sure somebody is busy working on these for next Christmas. So if you have Christmas craft stuff, it's getting kind of late to get it up, but I'd encourage you to do so right away. Did I mention it's the season for craft items for Christmas? This was in the batch of stuff that I bought for $65. This alone sold for $60. No best offer, nothing. Just, I heard my phone cha-ching, and there you go. So, like I said, people are busy making stuff for Christmas. This is, I love this. I love this. If I was better at crewel embroidery, which I'm not real good at it, I might have kept this and made it myself. But this is the one item that I saw in the batch of stuff that I bought on Craigslist that I knew that this would pay for all of it, and I would have, lots and lots more stuff to sell. So, Craigslist is a place to look for eBay items. I know my crafting stuff. If you don't know your crafting stuff, I would recommend you stay away from it, just because, I knew this would be a $60 item. I just knew that. But look in your niche. See what you can find on Craigslist. I actually drove an hour and a half each way to pick up this batch. And I don't regret it. There's so much good stuff in there that I haven't even listed yet. And then I have my grandmother's estate to list, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, where am I going to get the time? Did I mention it's a time for Christmas items? This is a set of Walt Disney Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs ornaments. They are not by Bucilla. Bucilla that have sequins and stuff, see right here, and they're the felt ornaments. They typically do really well if they're older. Now, not all of them are older, so you have to kind of know what you're looking for. But this is an older Walt Disney kit. You can use them as Christmas ornaments. There's instructions on how to make them into a mobile, whatever you would like to do with them. It would be cute for a nursery. Anyway, this was in the batch of stuff that I bought off of Craigslist. So I paid $60 or $65 for all of it. The last item I showed you sold for $60. This one sold for $35. So right there, that's $95 from my $60 investment. And there was a huge amount of craft patterns, and kits. And, I couldn't be happier with my purchase. Now, I will say this did sell on best offer. This is a Wee Beasties Part 8 Ladybug pattern by Terrence Nolan, Dimple Designs. I was in a thrift shop. I found this for, get this, 25 cents. I had never heard of Wee Beasties, Dimple Designs, or Terrence Nolan. However, the fact that I had never heard of it, to me, meant, especially because it was packaged in a plastic bag, this told me it was rarer. Now, when I sat down to research this, to list it, I emailed a friend who's been in the cross-stitch business for like 30 years, and I'm like, are these prices I'm seeing like legit? And I decided to go higher than what she recommended on it because I thought I can always go down, I can't go up. And my quarter turned into $80. That's right, $80 for this cross-stitch pattern. This is probably the most expensive single cross-stitch pattern I have ever sold. I know there are ones that bring more money out there, but this is the highest one that I have ever sold. You're not going to find them often. I have been selling on eBay for 20 years. I have really worked in the craft, because I know that niche. And I have never seen one of these before. So, I wouldn't even consider it a be on the lookout item because it's just so rare. But, if you do, I will say the be on the lookouts would be any cross-stitch patterns that are in like this plastic bag. You can see what it looks like here. Terrence Nolan, from what I understand, he just kind of disappeared at one point. Nobody knows what happened to him. This is from 2003, so it's not super, super old, but there you go. So yeah, I hope you've learned something. Come back very soon for my What Sold in May, and I wish you happy selling. Bye.